Today I'm going to talk mainly about Muscovy ducks. I think they're probably one of the most misunderstood ducks of all, and they're really not a duck, but they're not a goose, and they're pretty much a species of their own. They like to even stay with each other. They don't like to usually breed with other ducks, but it does happen on occasions. And when it does, they're called, if they, Muscovy drake breeds with a female duck of any species, it's called a mule or a mulard. And they're both are sterile. And 60% of the mules are drakes. And they're all sterile. Muscovies usually don't breed with other ducks, and I said that, but it does happen on occasion, and I said that. Muscovies aren't, most ducks aren't monogamous, but with the 4 that I have, or actually the 5 I have, plus they're ducklings, but these are, they're ducklings. And one's a blue, there's some blue spruce in here, blue Swiss in here. And like the white one back there, that's a Muscovy. There's a gray one in there that's a Muscovy. Some of these are blue Swiss and some are Muscovies. They're mixed. When I was picking up eggs to hatch, there's both species of eggs in with the Muscovy eggs. So I just put them all in the incubator. This is what we got. The 2 drakes that I have that have females, they have stuck with those 2 females. They haven't wandered off to other. Of course, I only have 2 females, but they haven't tried to go to each other's female. Both of them just kind of stay with the female they've been with. And the one other drake that I have, he is just a loner. He doesn't have anybody. Hopefully, there'll be a couple of girls in here he can mate with. In Asia and Europe, they take a male Muscovy and breed it to a Peking hen, or female, or duck. In your ducks, a duck is a female, a drake is a male. But when you're talking about ducks, they're all ducks, male or female. It's just the name of them. But in Asia and Europe, they take the male Muscovies, breed them to a female Peking, and get what is called the mule or mulard. And they like those because they're very big and they have less fat in them. Muscovies don't have much fat in their meat. They're more like eating almost a sirloin steak in a way. They like the large liver and the more meat on the duck. That's why they crossbreed them. Now, if you take a male Peking and breed him to a female Muscovy, then you get what is called a henny. And a henny will lay eggs, even though they're sterile. They won't hatch. The males are sterile as well, in both the mules and the hennies. Although the henny females will lay eggs, but they won't hatch. Muscovies have long nails on their feet, and those are for like roosting in trees, because they like to roost in trees. Mine mainly just roost on the ground, but they do roost in trees. They use them for fighting, when they get on top of one another and fight. They also have a nail on their wing, like in the elbow part of their wing, which they use for battle and for doing predators, fighting predators. Muscovies actually probably should be called like a duck-goose or duck-oose, something like that, because they're kind of like a goose and kind of like a duck. They'll waggle their tail when they're happy to see you, or when they're warning you. They bob their head at you, and they will bite you. I've had one of mine bite me. Him and I had a little discussion about the biting, and he hasn't done it since. But he still comes up to me and bobs his head and waggles his tail and all. Muscovies don't quack. The quacking that you're hearing is out of the blue Swiss. That's a blue Swiss hen. Because Muscovies don't quack. The males will hiss, and the females will make like almost like a squeaky noise, like they're trying to, almost sounds like a dog toy, kind of a squeak noise. Muscovy, female Muscovies, when they're sitting on their eggs, they will talk to their eggs while they're sitting to their chicks inside, or their ducklings inside the shell. Chickens do the same thing. They will talk to their chicks inside the shell. I think they mostly do that so that when the chicks hatch out, they know their mom's voice. The same thing with the ducks, they know their mom's voice. On hatching, the duck eggs take 28 days. Muscovies take 35 days. And your mule or hennies, they take 32 days to hatch. Because they're kind of crossed between a duck and a Muscovy. So the hatching time, I think, is divided in between that. Ducks, along with chickens, can reject the semen of a drake that they don't like, or a rooster that they don't like. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know how that works, but that's what I've been told. Anyway, there's the babies. These are, like I say, they're Muscovies. Like the one that's in the water right now, he's a Muscovy. And the one that's quacking is a blue Swiss. The one that's in the food dish is a blue Swiss. The big white one is a Muscovy. I hope this helps a little bit with understanding about Muscovies and what they're like. They're really a neat bird. I like them. I enjoy them. These guys here, I have trained them to, when I call them, they go to bed. I just tell them it's bedtime, and they head for the building, the pen. The same with the little goslings and stuff that we have over there. They do the same thing. The minute I say bedtime, they all take off for their buildings and their pens. This pen is kind of like a Homer Simpson type thing. I didn't have a lot of material at the time to do this, so I just kind of Homer Simpsoned it a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to be rich to have a building made or fixed or a pen made. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. So please subscribe, please share, please push the like button, or you didn't like it. If you have questions, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. Push the bell so that when I upload another video, it will notify you. So with that being said, teach your children well, for they are a reflection of you.